Yep. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Make a Difference call. As Hemal already said, we are trying to establish ourselves as a borderless organization with volunteers and staff spread across the globe. And that's what makes us special. That's what makes us unique. And with this speciality and uniqueness, we all try to make a difference in people's lives. In our own small ways that we can help people around us, we try our best efforts to do that. I'm missing few of my colleagues on this call today who are usually the regular members because they are busy back there preparing ration kits for the distribution tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a huge distribution back in India in two places for which the team is preparing, and that's our bit to make a difference. With this as an opening lines, I would request Hemal to please introduce and say a few words about this call that we have every week.
Thanks, Jessica, and thank you to everyone for taking the time to join us on a Friday afternoon or evening in India. I guess this is a call great for experienced people as well as for young new people who get exposure to speaking to a larger audience where we broadcast it or share it with a wider community, but also for us to get a quick update as to what's happening within our organization and work across the board. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. This weekend, as Jessica mentioned, is our biggest food distribution drive, probably since we began Go Dharmic. Over the weekend, there'll be 75,000 meals worth of ration kits shared out in Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar areas, and also in Delhi. In Gurgaon, we'll also have a huge distribution that will be going there. And that these distributions will be over 100,000 meals worth of food supplies shared for vulnerable families who have been affected, their incomes affected, their livelihoods affected by COVID. And due to that, over 100,000 meals going out this weekend in India is fantastic. It's supported by ST Advisors and the wonderful Rakesh Kaur, who's a director, and Sandeep Tyagi, who's the chairman and CEO of the organization. A big thank you to them for supporting ST and everyone at ST Advisors for supporting Go Dharmic and believing in what we're trying to do and to create real noise about the problem of hunger, as well as highlighting and creating awareness about that nobody should be going hungry in today's world. So, I guess we can kick off and we can start going through the list. And I think first up we have Stani. Are you able to speak, or you're right there? I've seen that you've been packing bags and in the warehouse today, preparing all the food. What was that like? What's that live experience like? What you've been up to today?
Oh yeah, quite hectic. We've been on it since 10 a.m. India time, and it's now 6 p.m. and we've been constantly at it. There's a lot of food there, so we are planning to get it all packed by tonight, or if not, we'll have to wait here tonight because we don't want to stretch it to tomorrow. So yeah.
And how many family kits? How many families will receive those packs for tomorrow's distribution?
So in Ahmedabad, 500 alone in Ahmedabad and 500 in Gurugram. So 1,000 families just tomorrow. Yeah.
So I want to ask you something, Stani. 1,000 families, this wonderful spot. It makes me so happy to hear that we as a group are, doing something that can support 1,000 families this weekend in India who have been struggling. We've seen the conditions that these people live in as well. Really poor, not proper living conditions, not access to proper clean water, no facilities for living properly, for toilets or anything. It's all open living. So they are very poor people who are receiving and benefiting from this food aid. How is it that 1 minute you're filling in UN grant applications, which are highly detailed, high level for the last 2 days, and then all today you're in a warehouse packing bags for food packs? How do you reconcile the difference there personally? What is that experience like for you, being 1 minute at the desk doing that and the next minute in the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great experience. At like one day, you're working on an international conference that's going to happen, like the biggest conference on climate change, and the other day you're working at a really micro level distributing, making packs, distributing food for the people who might, don't even have any, any houses. They're more like how gypsies stay in the UK. They don't have any permanent houses. They just shift from place to place, don't have toilets at all. So yeah, it's a great experience. It's like that player. I mean, yesterday's Kyron Pollard hit 6 sixes, but just before that, bowler had taken a hat trick. The same bowler got hit for 6 sixes. It's like one day something really different, the other day something really different. Yeah, great experience. Though.
Amazing, amazing. Well done, Stanley. I really appreciate all the hard work you're putting in, making a real difference. Hi, Azra.
Yeah,
How are you? You okay?
yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yes, good. Thanks. Good. Thanks. What's happening this week? Any good updates?
Yeah, so on the CSR outreach side, which I've been doing. So yesterday, Dipendra, Jessica, and I had a meeting with this person from Schneider Electric. So Schneider is a multinational European country, so European company. So they provide energy solutions. So we had a good call with them. They proposed certain things, and we are working on getting it like aligned with both our objectives. So we'll see how it goes. And today also I had a good call with a person from Byju's. So Byju's is a Indian company who they provide online learning solutions. So I had an initial call with them, and yeah, seems positive. Let's see.
Brilliant. Great companies and great outreach and great work going on there. So keep up the great work. Can't say anything else. Brilliant. All right. Next up, we have Shivani. Shivani's been really active, guys, recently this week, especially on our app and helping to host some of the app. How are you doing, Shivani?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks. Do you want to share a little bit about what your role is on the app and what you've been doing recently in that, as an app host?
So, like on the app, basically, I'm hosting each and every person whoever have any queries or any sort of like they want to know any information about what GD does, what are the campaigns, what how they can come and volunteer with us, or how they can be a part of GD community. So I've been helping people throughout this week on the GD app. From there, I got two leads, like the people who want to donate for our Good Karma store. Uh, so that's from the GD app.
Great, great. So I guess I understand it like, imagining as if we're a room or a community, or we have our own building, or, in today's digital age, we can't really meet so much personally as individuals or as a group. But on the app and in that digital space, it would be nice that, some of us become like hosts in that community. So if somebody new joined and wants to be a volunteer and they want to understand, how can I feed homeless people in my city? Or how do I understand the principles of their dharmic? How do I, get involved? Then it's nice to have some people host that community in there, and that would be, an amazing thing there. So really appreciate you doing that work and that important part that you're playing in all aspects, and especially, the rounded part of helping us to develop more libraries as well as this app role and trying to grow that out. So I think brilliant stuff. Great.
Thank you.
Next up, we've got Nikita.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to give a little update on our city pages that we have recently created on Facebook. So we have one for London, Luton, Northampton, Glasgow, and India. So we've just rolled them out recently. We've been experimenting with how we post content and who is posting content on them, and I think we've done really well so far. So the posts that we've been putting out on all of those pages in combination, in total, have reached over 50,000 people. So I think all of the people who have been posting on them, all of the admins of the pages, like, keep going, because we are really making an impact with those pages. It may not seem it at the moment, but it reach is really increasing, and more people are seeing the work that we're doing and inquiring on there. We're getting more volunteer requests coming in, more people wanting to donate and volunteer, so that's really good. And then also today, this afternoon, the Hampstead store is being fitted with its shop front. So that's really good. We're making preparations for, I think it's 13th of April, that stores are allowed to open again in the UK after lockdown. So hopefully that all goes ahead well. And I'm sure you'll be seeing some pictures of that online.
I'm really excited to see that. So for everyone that doesn't know, there's a Good Karma store opening on Hampstead High Street. And that will be the first kind of large-scale charity store for Go Dharmic, which is not just clothing. So we have a store in Slough, which has been closed because of lockdown. But when things reopen, these two stores will both open up in April. Really excited about that. Brilliant. Thank you, Nikita. Good news. Hi, Vidhi. What's news?
So this week we finally launched, we had this great launch, the Grow Green initiative. So through that, like all our social media was focused on letting people know that how are we trying to introduce the Grow Green initiative and what do we have stored in it, be it campaigns, events, and competitions that we plan to launch. Apart from that, I had this great two connections because of Gopal. He helped me reach to Victoria Moran from Main Street Vegan and Nirva Patel. So yeah, we're having them next week for conversations. We have named this conversation Grow Green Conversations. So every week we'll be arranging one of the such calls wherein, people who have been following us can always get an insight on what can they do and how can we, like next week we're focusing more on Go Plant-Based. So these two women will also keeping in mind Women's Day, we have these two great ladies coming and speaking with us next week. So yeah, that's what I've been up to this week and coming week.
Brilliant. And as that Go Plant-Based is the large campaign of Go Green initiative, what are we up to at the moment? How many people have taken the pledge to go plant-based so far?
So far we have received about 40 to 45 pledges, and we plan to reach a lot many in the month of March. So everybody on this call, I'm telling you, if you go and pledge and you just tick mark the small box, you'll receive emails you'll get recipes, you'll get updates on what can you do, we'll help you completely to stick to your pledge. So don't worry if we ask that if you have to go vegan for life, how will you do it? We'll help you do that. But please go and pledge there and we'll take care of the rest of things.
Well, I think even 40 people making a pledge to take that pledge is a significant reduction of carbon emissions on the environment, of harmfulness to animals. It's a significant impact. Even 40 people, even one person making that choice is huge. So I think for the environment, it's a huge impact and it's a great start to the campaign. And we're looking forward to more. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vidhi. I think next up is Martin, who's been away studying for a while.
Good afternoon, everyone.
How you doing, Martin?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How did the exams go?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Great. I don't need to ask that. I know you're gonna smash them.
Hopefully.
Any update from your side?
Yeah, we excitingly hit 100,000 meals in Glasgow towards the end of last week. So we're going to be putting that up on social media soon.
Amazing.
Design some stuff to celebrate that. And the other update I think is I had a good chat with Artie during the week, just kind of thinking about how we can expand the work we do with different schools and how we go from 5 or 6 to 50 and 100 across the UK, which isn't going to be easy, but just beginning to think about how we can do that.
Brilliant. Yeah, and this evening, 6 p.m, we have a UK-wide food distribution call where we can build on the targets that we had last quarter in terms of the amount of meals that we distribute, in terms of how we distribute and what we do. But to achieve 100,000 meals and have them recorded well and get our Oscar registration, everything is moving in a fantastic direction in Glasgow and Scotland. And you for leading that effort and doing a brilliant job. It's amazing to see what you're doing there. So anybody who's up in Scotland or wants to learn more about that, please touch base with Martin if you're in Scotland and you want to volunteer. It's a great team and great food distribution going on. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate that. I've got Debrata next. Debrata, how are you?
Hello, I am fine, sir. Very good evening to all of you. Uh, Actually, I'm working now in social media page, which is GD Kolkata. Till nowadays, page viewer also increase. Good success from Kolkata side, and also more than 30 people also they registered in GD as a volunteer. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
great. You're doing a great job with that. I really appreciate, the efforts that you're putting in there. And I can see you've added me to some WhatsApp groups where you've got a huge communities of people who are ready to volunteer and serve and help us and so on. And it will be great to get a regular food distribution happening, either in Sundarbans or Calcutta soon. So maybe we can work towards, the food distribution that you previously did in Sundarbans was some of the most amazing images I've seen of people, of really struggling, like, living in waterlogged conditions along those Sundarbans area. I think there's a lot of poverty there, isn't it? Can you speak a little bit about that? Like, what's the situation for the poorest villagers there? How are they living? What is the real problems?
Sure. Last 2020, during the pandemic time, we visited Sundarban. We served more than 400 ration kit. Entire rural part of the Sundarban coastal defined village, more than 10 village, we served the food distribution ration kit. And the thing is that the people who are living there, all are the living in below poverty line, and their life is one hand their life, and another hand they are also a working place like economic activity. Entire village in Sundarban all are different, but multiple drainage river network system. The one more important thing is that we can't communicate through the road, the village. We communicate the each and every village through the river side. The river is very interior from the Calcutta, distance more than 70 or 80 kilometer, and meal sea level all that village is only 5 meter from Bay of Bengal. So I serve them, and they really feel good that time. And also upcoming days and different project I will propose to GD team for further their development. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And there's also risk of tigers and so on there, right? Like, many people have been attacked there and living with tigers and snakes and so on.
Yes.
Difficult conditions there.
Yes. Yes, the village opposite side of the village is there is a called Sundarban National Park. There is the Royal Bengal tiger, and also in water in the river there is a crocodile also there. So every time the people of the Sundarban they face the crocodile, and same as a tiger. So on one hand their life, and another hand their economic activity, like they work, but they serve their life from the water. They some are fishermen. They every time they lost their life due to the crocodile exist in water, and sometimes they visit in forest for some collecting some honey and collecting some tree. But that during that time tiger also take their life. So every time their life risks. So I visit them, and the one more experience during that time, we serve the people a village where the more than 30 women we serve, we provide them food. They lost their totally they lost their husband in the forest. So they are in local terms that is known as a vidova. So that village is locally known as a vidova polli. Like as example, vidova means who lost their husband. So I serve them and feel proud, and also communicate with them by phone. I also collect their phone number. I will definitely share next time their face in our GD team. Is a web call and through a Google Meet platform also. They can speak in only Bengali, but I can definitely try from my it in English. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Thank you, Debrata.
So
really,
much.
really great.
Okay.
Hi, Swanim.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
How are you, Swanim?
Yeah, I'm great.
Great. What's the update?
So I've started working with the grants team. So I was looking for the new grants, and I have came up with some of the organizations as well. But there are, like, whenever I go to some websites, and whenever the criteria is matched and the eligibility is there and everything is there, I every time I find those trusts already are in our sheet. So like it is like kind of my quest is so much, like the level is so high, because I have to search for a lot more now, because they are already in our sheets. So doing same for the upcoming week, and also for this week. I came into contact with some of our other teammates as well, and I'm looking for different areas of our work. So that's it.
Well, it's great that you're interning with us. We really appreciate it. And feel free to talk to anybody in the organization. I'm sure everybody's very friendly.
Yes.
You know, you've come on as a student, you're learning what you're doing. If you have any questions, like see on this call, anybody's talking, if you want to reach out to them and say, hi, you're interning with GD, you wanted to understand what they do or how they work, feel free to reach out to them, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Heli, how are you?
So yeah, I'm good, and yes, I'm good. At present, I'm working upon the Good Karma store, and also I'm very happy to share with you that the poster for food distribution project that I was working upon is finally approved by Jessica ma'am. So then after her approval, then it just needs to be shown for like once to Dipendra, and then I'll be like moving forward with that project, and start approaching restaurants finally by next week. So I'm very happy for that, and very excited about that thing. And also the Good Karma post has started reaching different people on the Instagram, and some of my friends also started messaging me that, okay, these are the like this huge impact we are making upon the environment by making these tiny decisions about what clothes we choose to wear. And so yes, people are like realizing through our like social media posts that what steps needs to be taken in order to protect our environment. And by next week I'll be getting pictures from Humaira and Dipendra for the Good Karma store, and I'll start uploading them on the online store. So
Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to shopping on the Good Karma store online. Brilliant work. Thanks, Heli. I think next up is Sergio. Sergio, are you there? Do we have Sergio on the line?
Yeah, sorry, Himal. Hi, sorry, it's I was on mute. Hi, it's great to meet all of you today. It's my first time on this call, so really excited to be here. In terms of sort of what I've heard, it's great to hear that your reach is extending, and very humbling to hear also the work that's going on. In terms of the work that I'm supporting with, it's mainly around governance, it's mainly around compliance, showing that you meet your charitable sort of obligations in terms of the Charity Commission, and we'll get very much involved in the OC, the Scottish charity requirements as well. But I am available. I'm more than happy to share my details and get involved, sort of within the social media side of things, sharing more about what GoDarmic do with my contacts, but also in business development if anyone needs any support. And Vidhi put me down. I pledged my support for going green, so I'm number 43 on that list now. But we'll definitely give it a go.
That's amazing. Sergio, you bring such an amazing skill set and passion for making a difference. You've already helped us in so many good ways, and I think our young interning team, as well as young, like for many people who work with us, it's their first job out of university.
Yeah.
And to have people like yourself to lean on and get mentored by, it's amazing. So I really appreciate that, and especially like Swanim is just interning. She's just still in college, first year university, and as a legal student, to have that experience at this age and that mentorship where we're dealing with large companies where working on charity registration documents, and we're doing grants to large foundations. It's an incredible work experience for them as well, and anyone else who interns with us.
It absolutely, it's invaluable. But as I say, I'm more than happy to get involved. Just pull on me for my skills, you know. Happy to mentor, happy to kind of sound things through, you know, sense check things. So, you know, just get in touch. You've got my email. I'm more than happy to share my number. You know, just drop me a line, and, you know, happy to arrange a call, or you know, however it works for you, to ensure that, you know, we're able to collectively you know, progress the organization and help us continue to do the good work that we're doing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Sergio. Keep it up, all the good work, and really appreciate all of your help. Thank you. Next, I see on my list Jaybai. I'm not sure if he's on the updated one. Just okay, he's not. All right. It's unfortunate though, but I should say a word anyway. Jay has cooked hundreds of thousands of meals himself. I really wanted him on this call. We've asked him probably 3 or 4 times to come now. We really will need to put you know, some strong force on him to come on one of the weeks, but he's a very humble person who works in the background as a chef, works early mornings till afternoons to cook thousands of meals for Godharmik as a volunteer chef. And he's a highly qualified chef who runs a food business, Desi Delight, at the Fudo Kitchens location. And he has cooked hundreds of thousands of meals for the homeless, for vulnerable, for elderly, Indian meals, Western meals, absolutely incredible. So hopefully we can get him on soon. But we've got another special guest today. Jeremiah, how are you? Jeremiah, you able to unmute, turn the video on maybe?
Good afternoon. Okay.
Come on, we want to see you.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very well. So good to join the platform. Sorry, I'm actually not well lifted to the platform.
No problem at all. No, Jeremiah, this call is making a difference, and you know, I know you're somebody who makes a difference every day. We've had a great collaboration with Sparkles Foundation in Nigeria, and the work that you've done there, and we did incredible feeding projects together, and hopefully many more. Tell us about what you've been up to. How's the work going at your end, and how are you making a difference at the moment?
Okay. Thank you very much, and also good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure of being on the platform. We've actually we think so far we've been able to manage the COVID to the best of our abilities.
Your sound is a little bit slow, Jeremiah. Could you come a little bit, either turn the sound up a bit or come a bit closer to the mic?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So I said we've been able to manage the COVID to the best of our ability. We know it's still around us, and we're also keeping to the safety protocol. And for currently right now, we are no longer distributing meals because everybody is actually now getting involved in trying to see how we can get the society back to what it is before the COVID. So we are fully now working around education, because the education of children in vulnerable communities has been negatively impacted by the COVID. So we are actually looking at getting a lot of children back to school, and we are also looking at ways we can start going further into the early childhood education, which which is also another area which we feel is also a huge challenge. And we're also pushing forward too for digital education, because we knew if that was also in place, it would have actually solved a lot of problems, it will actually reduce the impact which the COVID had on the education.
Amazing. So
right
Jeremiah,
now,
one thing I wanted to share with you is that we were obviously going to be doing 12 schools in Nigeria together, right, around the Lagos area before COVID came and ruined our plan.
Yeah.
We actually had 12 schools scheduled to be developed together in Nigeria, around the Lagos area. But then COVID just came in. It was in March last year that we were due to develop those. So 100% as things open up and as we're able to start developing those, we should get back on that agenda too, to develop our schools together. And the second thing I wanted to just mention to you is we had a fantastic call with a team in Glasgow that they've developed brilliant digital education product that they want to pilot with Godamic. So we can provide English training, like really well-designed digital English training in all of our schools in India and Nigeria. We could do together. So we can include that together in the pilot. So the lady Anna runs I can't remember the name of her organization, but she's going to be on this call next week and introducing what we're discussing. But absolutely, let's include the Nigeria schools in that project as well. So we can provide, even if the schools are closed, they can use their mobile phone of the parents or a teacher or someone close and learn English and get some language skills for them to develop their education. So that's going to be really exciting. Brilliant. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Thank you so much.
I'm not sure if Sahil can join. Is Sahil able to join, Jessica?
No.
No. Okay. Jessica.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? I'm sorry I can't turn my video on right now. I think it's the bandwidth problem. Yeah. So last week I visited a couple of factories that manufacture snacks in Ahmedabad, and I managed to get, I think, 312 wafer biscuits probably and 200 other snack packs. So we'd be distributing them in our daily, like distribution happening every Saturday. So that was
amazing.
Nice.
That's really well done. It just shows when you ask what's possible, right? Like, you didn't go there to buy it or something. You just said that we have this food distribution happening, and can they support it? And Stanley told me that the whole office in Ahmedabad is full of wafers and snacks for the food distribution now. So it's great to hear. I'm really pleased to hear that.
I'll be visiting a couple more factories too and see if they can help out too.
Brilliant. Great.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you so much.
Hi. Next on the list, I've got Unati.
Hello everyone. Hello, sir. I am Unnati and I am 10th grade student. I live in Delhi, India. So it has only been 3 days since I've joined GD community, but since back then in 2018, I always wanted to join this group, this community, because it's doing a really great work and a very appreciative work, I would say. And so my main motive to join this community is to serve each and every person of our country, of this world. And I really want to make each and every member of our world to be educated. But yeah, it's quite tough, but yes, I'm working on it. I used to donate my books to the needy ones, and I'm still doing it. So yeah, I'm working on this. Also, I want to donate my clothes to, like my wedding dress, to Good Karma store. So if that's possible.
Amazing. No, that's really great to have you on board, and welcome. And please touch base with everybody in India and globally, wherever you can connect and get involved, especially with the Shape of Future campaign for schools, which will be great. We have a lot of important work in Shape of Future with 900 schools across Rajasthan being developed. There's more than enough books to raise, as well as computers and facilities to develop there. So really great to have you on board. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Next, who do we have? Iqbal Bhai. How are you? You just unmute, Iqbal Bhai. You have to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Amazing work you're doing, absolutely fantastic. First thing, I sent an email to Sipani regarding the library. Our family will be donating one, which I'll be sending the details to her next week.
Oh, thank you so much.
And also, I'm looking at other projects with the companies which I will forward the names to you in India and in the UK, and then we will start working on it, how to go forward.
Brilliant. That's great news to hear. And whereabouts will the school, is it in a particular location?
I leave it up to Ahmedabad is a main base, but I leave it up to, it doesn't make any difference to me where it is.
Sure, yeah.
As long as the library is working well, that's my word.
We appreciate that, and great to have you on board with the team as well. I think it's important that we try to find the poorest people we can find, or the most vulnerable people, rather than just those that are emotionally attached to us. Many people will want to do it close to where they live, that's great, or close to where their business is. But I always feel that we should try to reach the unreached rather than.
You're absolutely right. Only you just suggest the area, and then it automatically will work on that.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Iqbal. I really appreciate your help.
Just one more question. If on the fundraising details, I will let you know when it peak on Tuesday. Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a good week. So last week, I can see Rambai is on the list, but I'm not sure if he's on the call. Rambai on the line?
I'm here.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Yeah, very well, very well.
Your family, everybody as well?
Yeah, I'm well now. I had COVID over Christmas. Got quite bad, actually. I got COVID pneumonia. So I was in hospital for a while, and it's what they call now long COVID. In terms of recovery, is going to take a long time. But yeah, my breathing's getting better and my oxygen levels are recovered. So yeah, it's been quite a traumatic experience. Life-changing in some ways. So I think you appreciate things far more. And I think also you look at places in the world where we don't have the medical facilities that people wouldn't have been able to recover in the way that I've been able to. So yeah, so it's been an interesting couple of months. Just wanted to share a couple of things if you've got time.
Sure.
Hopefully, new to the charity, I've been working with Sanjay Siddha for a little while. Love to contribute, and I spoke to Jessica, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I think she's going to put forward some projects that I can get involved with or fundraise for and things. So we've got a big group already. I don't know, are you part of that Mother Miracle group? What made you?
I know we did a nice fundraiser together where you generously contributed a lot of assistance to in that, but I'm not part of the WhatsApp group, but I hear Sanjay's told me a few updates about it.
We've got about 60 people on the WhatsApp group, so we fundraise from the group, and obviously I love to get involved. So I really was interested in you've got a couple of shops and another one opening, Karma store. So we are looking to do the same thing. So I might need some help and to connect with you guys. So I want to, in where we live in Bilriki, I want to open a human kindness cafe. So we want to solve three problems. One is loneliness, because you hear Alzheimer's Society saying there's 1 million people that are lonely. So I want to bring people in who are lonely. Health-wise, most of us are vegan in our family. So vegetarian for sure. So I want to do good, wholesome vegan food, so that because when people come to my house to eat, they say, I could be vegetarian, I could be vegan, and you go, if I got this food every day. So I want to give people an opportunity to taste good quality vegan and vegetarian food, so that
why don't we connect? Because I think we should have a proper deep dive into this discussion together, and maybe Jessica, we can arrange a proper call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this
and
is
the final thing is the final thing we want to do. So I've been wanting to do this, and I know there's a few places in California. When you get the bill at the end, which will be a game changer, I think it'll say that the person before you paid for your meal, and would you like to pay it forward? So there'll be a zero amount on the bill. And I want to see how people react on people's faces, and I don't know anywhere in the country that does this, in the UK. And so I want to really experiment with this, and I think it could be a real game changer.
I actually know those guys who set that up in California as well, and as a group it's something we've been doing detailed research and exploration to. And as an addition, the fact that we could use those meals to feed homeless people on the street distributions for free, and really explore the idea of a world meal that costs very little, but anybody can take that food for free. you know how in India we have lentils and rice, or with vegetables, khichdi and those kind of dishes. Very, very cheap, easy to produce on a mass way, that nobody should ever go hungry. So absolutely using those restaurants as a point of education on food and how food can be not just nutritious and tasty, but also extremely cheap when sourced and produced in meals in the correct way.
So yeah, looking forward to listening to everybody's contribution, and happy to help and people to connect with me. Happy to people to share my number, my email address. Obviously, I used to run a care home company. Well, I'm still a shareholder, but I've stepped down as the MD, so I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands, and so I can get
Really
more involved.
Well, Rambai, you know, Jessica, when we discussed earlier, we said, you know, there's certain people like yourself and Iqbal Bhai that we wanted to have as ambassadors of our charity, and, you know, deeply involved. I know that, you know, most of you not so much after titles or, you know, positions, but to do the work with love and, you know, open hearts. That's what we really appreciate.
Yeah.
That you do.
No, Jessica mentioned that the other week when I spoke to her. I said, let me do something first. Earn my stripes, as it were, before you give me some level of authority or respect or whatever. Let me do something first. Otherwise,
Really
it's just it doesn't feel right for me.
We really appreciate anything that you can do, and everything that you've done so far. But, you know, I really want to say thank you to you for the support that you've given us so far, and these ideas is something that we all feel passionate about. We're completely aligned in what we're trying to achieve, and now we just need to go out there and do it.
So, no, please feel free to put forward you know, projects and things, because obviously we have a huge number of people behind us, and I will either do it myself or reach out to these guys. So I love the work that you do, the passion, the youngsters that are behind it, and yeah, so it's fantastic.
Amazing.
Can I just interrupt for a second? Can I have the Rambai's details, email details, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Rambai, I'm not sure if you've met Iqbal Bhai before, but
no,
he used to head up the TRS, you know, the Indian food company.
Oh, right, yeah, yes.
I'll connect you both on email, or just connect us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Together. Wonderful. And just as a last point, thank you, Rambai. I really appreciate that.
I think Himal is having some network issues. I see there are people on call. I would want to know, Pam Ben, would you want to add on something since we have you on call? Pam Ben, can you hear me?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Everybody. Sorry, I was late. Yeah. Amazing to hear about everything. Sorry, I joined in very late. I had some meetings. I do love that concept of that good karma store. Is that Nipun Mehta's? I've heard that concept through Nipun Mehta. We met him, and I think it's a wonderful idea. Great work on Ahmedabad. I just heard the tail end of that. Over here, I don't have much report from this side, apart from trying to collate an Excel sheet of where all the volunteers distributions are happening. So I'll just liaise with Elbai. I started a brief Excel sheet, and I thought all those in Glasgow, Northampton, etc., if we could just maybe fill in our Excel sheet so that everybody's aware, then it'd be easier to get volunteers when we know which days distributions are happening.
Sure. Thank you so much, Pam Ben. And
keep up the great work, everybody. Wonderful to hear.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I appreciate each one of you taking time out to join this call. We will be having these calls every week at 12:30 UK and 6 p.m. India time. Everyone is welcome to join as and when they feel like and they have some time out to spare for GD, and let's all together make a difference. With this, I would like to end this call here. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.